Welcome back. This is still Breakfast Daily right here on Citi TV. My name is Apioko. Now it's time to have a conversation with the Northeastern University. We're talking about the Global Leadership Summit. And we have no mean person to have this conversation with us this morning, Joseph E. Aoun. He is the president of the Northeastern University. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here. It's a very sunny morning. How's Ghana
Beautiful.
treating you?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, love it?
Love it.
Have you eaten any Ghanaian food yet?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite?
Jollof.
Jollof.
Jollof,
It has to be
of
jollof.
That's the all-time winner.
Do you have some now?
No,
For breakfast?
no.
I'll have them for
If I
breakfast.
had known you loved it, would have brought it. All right, but let's start. What is or who is the Northeastern University?
Northeastern University is a global network. It's a global university that has campuses in the United States, in the UK in London, and in Canada, in Toronto, and in Vancouver. We have something very special, and we are considered the leaders in the world of, and it's called experiential education. Experiential education is an education where the students, while they are studying, go on long-term internships up to 6 months, and they do it in 146 countries, and we have 3,000 employers doing that. Now, why are we doing this? Because we tell the students the world is too interesting to ignore. Therefore, any education should be integrating the classroom instruction with the world instruction. So those internships are paid. The students love them because they discovered what they like, what they don't like, what they're good at, how to work in teams, how to work with different people, with cultural agility. They understand the business, they understand the not-for-profit, and then that's how we are very attractive to the students. As a matter of fact, in the United States, we are a private university, and we receive, as far as we know, the largest number of applications of any private university.
Wow.
96,000 applications for 2,600 seats.
What?
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah,
That is impressive.
yeah,
That is
yeah.
impressive. That is impressive. So let's talk about the Global Leadership Summit.
Yes.
What is that, and how does it tie into your being in Ghana at this moment?
So every year we organize a leadership summit, and we were in Mumbai, we were in London, we were in Paris, we were in Shanghai, etc. And we have a group of young global leaders. Young global leaders are young alumni who studied at Northeastern and afterwards remained very engaged. We have them coming from over 80 countries, and they said, we want to focus on Africa. And we have some young global leaders here in Ghana who said, Ghana is the perfect place for that. I was here 6 weeks ago, and I agreed with them, absolutely. And we have also a trustee who works extensively in Ghana, so we said, let's do it here, and we are very excited about it. So it was driven by the young global leaders. The goal is to understand Ghana, is to understand Africa, and we have speakers from various walks of life. We have speakers from the arts, we have speakers from music, we have speakers from the deputy director of the central bank, captains of industry. The U.S. ambassador is speaking. So what's the point? The point is first to understand what's happening in Ghana, what's happening in Africa, and we are very excited about that because also Ghana is something special for us, is a great country for us because we have many students who are at Northeastern from Ghana, and currently, as we speak, we have 50 students from Ghana at Northeastern.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I mean, so for you, what is it? I mean, apart from the fact that we have a lot of students there and everything else, what is it about the Ghana and the Ghanaian environment that excites you for the future, and then extrapolate that into the African continent?
You know, first of all, what excites us about Ghana is the people.
Okay.
It's always the case that you look at the human factor, and the people here, and the Ghanaian citizens, first obviously have been extremely welcoming. Second, you feel that this is a country where you have a lot of innovation in the arts, in music, in businesses, etc. Yes, there are enormous opportunities, enormous challenges. And that's when you bring together the challenges and the opportunities, that's where you can start thinking about what can be done. So our young global leaders, for instance, we are going to be here. We also have alumni, we have parents, we have friends, and they start looking at what they can do to engage with Ghana at at all levels, launching entrepreneurship startups, launching not-for-profits, working together.
Okay.
Our goal here is to understand, to be engaged, and that's the whole idea.
Wonderful. So how long has the Global Leadership Summit been running?
The Global Leadership Summit, in one way or another, has been running for now 9 years.
Okay.
9 years, and every year we try to do it in a different country, a different continent. And this is the first time we're doing it in Africa.
Oh,
and
wow. And you chose Ghana.
When we chose Ghana.
And
we're very excited.
We're on it. We're on it.
It's our honor, our privilege to be
We're on
here.
it. But what are some of the successes that you've seen? I mean, are there any key tangibles or anything that you're particularly proud of that you've seen come out as a result of the Global Leadership Summit?
Yeah, when what happens is that people start networking with each other, looking at what they can do together, and after the summits we have our alumni, our friends, our young global leaders launching endeavors together. They are either for profit or not for profit.
Okay.
And and that has been the case in every place we win. So we're very excited about that and about the opportunities. And we have people who came from all over the world here.
It's blowing my mind.
You wrote Robot Proof.
Yes.
A higher education in the age of artificial intelligence. What inspired that book?
What inspired us to write this book is the reflection that we launch at the university, and it's very simple. With automation, with artificial intelligence, with robots, with AI systems in general, we are seeing more and more that they are displacing people. For certain economists are predicting that up to 50% of the jobs we know are going to disappear in the next 20 years. Not my job, not your jobs, hopefully.
Right?
Okay. So, therefore, the purpose is, for us, the question becomes, what is the purpose of education? The purpose of education is to give you a robot-proof education for life. What does it mean? It means that we should give you the opportunities to navigate this change. And how do we do it? How do you become robot-proof? You become robot-proof in a very simple way. We call it humanics. You have to understand 3 literacies. You have to understand tech. That's the first literacy, tech literacy. Understand machines and how to interact with machines. Data literacy, which is the product of these machines. And then you have to focus on what we humans can do that machines cannot do. For instance, the ability to be entrepreneurial, to be innovative, to be empathetic, to be moral, to be culturally agile, to be global. So humanics is the integration of the 3 literacies. So we want every student studying with us to master the 3 literacies.
So that's tech, understanding machines, and data literacy.
And the human literacy.
And the human literacy.
And the human literacy is the most important because machines can beat us at many things, but we are superior to the machines when it comes to human literacies, to empathy, to creativity, to cultural agility, etc., to working in teams, to looking at your body language and seeing whether you agree with me or not. So that's being robot proof.
Okay.
You know, understand machines and focus on what humans do that machines cannot duplicate.
Yeah.
In addition, we do it with the experiential education, as I mentioned. And the experiential education is the integration of the classroom instruction with the world instruction through the long-term internships, because that's where you start testing your human literacy and understanding yourself, understanding others.
Wonderful. So Joseph, there's this concept of a global university, which Northeastern is clearly doing and doing well. It's working, it's yielding the results. At what point did this module become something that Northeastern thought, look, we need to do this? And how important is it now, more than ever, to encourage other educational institutions to take on the global university construct?
That's a great point, because we are seeing that the world is retrenching. And more than ever, people need to understand each other across different cultures, across different countries, and across different continents. And understanding each other doesn't mean that you come in as a tourist. You have to be immersed.
Yeah.
You have to be engaged. You have to be humble. You have to be respectful. You have to understand what can be done with the citizens of the country.
Yeah.
What they want you to do, what they don't want you to do. And this humility and this respect leads to opportunities for engagement, mutual engagement. And this is why we think more than ever we need to have students educated on a global scale. And we hope that more and more universities adopt this framework. And as a matter of fact, we are seeing that many universities have been receptive to that, including research. For instance, we have an extensive research on sustainability, and we're working with the University of Ghana on that.
Wonderful.
Super.
Wonderful. So at this point, do you have any peculiar advice or particular advice that you would give to emerging global leaders, people who you meet all the time because of clearly the work you do, the work Northeastern does? You know, do you have any advice for such young leaders on how they should take their next steps to make sure that the kind of world that we're seeing, we're preempting, comes to fruition?
There are two pieces of advice that I will share, because I see it with them. One is what you studied doesn't determine your life.
Thank you for
That's
saying
only the beginning. You know, we have students who studied English, philosophy, engineering, history, whatever, and they become entrepreneurs, entertainers. They launch not-for-profits. They launch restaurants, whatever it is. So just follow your passion, and you are at the age as a young global leader where you can take risks. Don't play it safe. That's stretch yourself. Don't play it safe. Take risks, and everything will pan out. And when it doesn't pan out, you fail and you start again quickly.
I like that. If it doesn't pan out, you fail. You start again quickly. What would you say, in your opinion, is the most pressing issue that the world is facing at the moment?
There are many pressing issues. One is obviously sustainability, but the second is inequality. And this is not an ordered set. Third is, as I mentioned earlier, the retrenchment. People are closing themselves. And fourth is the fact that there is a kind of the issue of inequality, the issue of sustainability, the issue of understanding do not come just by talking about them, but understanding that each country is coming at it with a different history, a different background. And you cannot impose on any country or any citizen, for that matter, a recipe that worked elsewhere. So you have to look at it from an indigenous perspective.
Yeah.
And that's very important. That's why I'm saying every dialogue has to be based on the respect and humility.
The event, it's happening. It's tonight?
It's starting this afternoon.
This afternoon, okay.
And then tomorrow, and I hope to see you there.
Yes,
Okay,
we'll come
okay.
through. We will come.
It's going to be at the Kempinski Hotel.
It's going to be at the Kempinski Hotel.
Okay. So what, is it free to attend?
Yes, it's free. It's we keep it limited. So if if somebody wants to attend, it's
register?
completely full. But call the organizers. Don't call me because they will take care of you.
So we have the flyer on the screen. So please take a look at it. The Global Leadership Summit. I think that, as Joseph said, it's full. But if there is a way in which you can attend, you can be a part of it, please make sure that you reach out to the organizers. The information is on the screen. I think it's a brilliant, a very timely initiative. It's something that everybody should be interested in. Go learn, go experience, and have a global mindset and develop it more so. And Joseph, I think that the Northeastern University are doing what education is supposed to do.
Thank you.
You are not just teaching people. You are actually educating, enlightening, and taking that into the world and creating impact with it. And I must say, kudos for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me with you, and thank you for your hospitality. And as I mentioned to you, I was here in Ghana 6 weeks ago. I mean, the hospitality that the citizens have shown is terrific, unparalleled. So thank you very much.
Thank you. And I hope that you will try something else apart from jollof.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend?
Why don't we dive in the deep end? Let's go to do fufu.
Fufu or kenke.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm game. I'm game. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right. So we've been speaking with the president of the Northeastern University, Mr. Joseph E. Aoun.